Hello, my name is Rebecca Howard, and I am a freshman in the Jefferson County school system. Please take a moment to watch and listen to my presentation that I feel will greatly impact the learning environment of the students within Jefferson County. So what's the point of this video? My goal is to educate and raise awareness to the Jefferson County school system, y'all, on the changes needed to be made to help others with less severe or non-debilitating mental illnesses such as Asperger's and ADD in order to have a better working and learning environment for everyone. These aren't the only changes that need to be made, but we need to find a way to ask and listen to our students regarding what stops them from learning effectively. Through my research, I have found very little information and resources for kids with behavioral disorders. Due to this being a medical issue, it makes things difficult and complicated, even hard to advertise for help to students. In elementary school, teachers are trained to spot and diagnose certain markers to identify behavioral disorders. If it has the potential to be true, then parents are notified and can take steps to help their child, or not. What happens if the parents chose not to tell their child and that is the last time it's spoken of? What happens if that child for the rest of their life has great potential, but because they can't focus or because they can't handle social situations, the child not only struggles through school not knowing why they are labeled as different and weird, but is also unprepared and unequipped to succeed in life after high school? What happens then? As a school, county, state, and nation, we have moved towards focusing on the individual. And while some are starting to believe we need to go back to thinking of the majority in education and culture, I believe the issue of the matter is that we brought focus to the individual without actually highlighting and reaching out to the individual. Schools need to be accommodating to everyone, not just those who can easily comply, but those who could succeed further if they were given the tools to succeed. And in order to do that, we need to change our classroom environments to fit each individual, not the perfect individual we have highlighted. Because in all reality, only helping one type of student succeed is like a group mindset because it only sets up so many to succeed. In order for every student to have a chance, we need to take into account every student and their needs. With that said, what now? I took a poll on a social media site named Hiki for those who are autistic through my father's account, and the results were astounding. I simply asked, what were the biggest learning issues you experienced during school? What hindered your success, and do you know of any ways that this could have been prevented? The results from this poll had many different problems and solutions that if we were just to implement one, there would be such a change in our school's environment and the learning. One of the biggest school issues was fluorescent school lights. The uneven light when part of a light or multiple lights are out, the flickering lights and the buzzing sound draws the focus of so many students, even students without behavioral disorders. Autistic students, being more sensitive to sound, often not only distracts them, but makes them feel distressed. Those on the higher functioning end just can't help but stare at the light or cover their ears because they have trouble canceling out the noise. Students with ADD and ADHD, whether it is a conscious decision or realization, become more fidgety and struggle worse to pay attention than they already do. Especially those who take medication that allows them to focus, but only focus on one thing, in turn causing them to focus on the light instead of the lesson. And this is just one problem that could easily be solved if we could put in the effort. Another issue many students have are the bells. The bells we use to change classes and keep on schedule are so harmful to students and can cause anything from a panic attack to a small seizure depending on the person. Now, not everyone has this reaction to bells, but even if there aren't full-blown out problems, autistic students in general cannot stand the bells. At my school and many others, the bells turn off for state testing or any type of testing that extends past a certain period. And those days, we simply use our computers that we all have due to the pandemic to tell time and know when to change classes. If we were to do that every day, it would be a lot less stressful for certain students when changing classes. There are always other options, such as playing a snippet of music or something over the intercom that would not overstimulate certain individuals if you believe that there still needs to be a notification sent to each class, but I know it isn't as convenient as the automated bells. The Birmingham Zoo, where I volunteer my free time, is one of the few zoos that is a sensory-inclusive facility. They have created a safe environment for those who get overwhelmed easily and have signs throughout the grounds alerting when upcoming areas can be loud and may require headphones, as well as identifying quiet zones to alert all to be as quiet as possible. People who are autistic on either side of the spectrum can get overwhelmed and overstimulated for various reasons and may need a dark room to calm themselves down so they can prevent or relieve any moments of distress. The Birmingham Zoo has made these changes to their environment, which is full of wild animals. So who is to say that we can't do the same for our students? There are many grants and resources available to help purchase supplies that can help purchase items, such as fidget bands that you can put on the feet of your desks or chairs to help ADHD students control their fidgets, allowing them to focus on the lesson at the front of the room. There are other grants that can help with renovating schools to promote better class environments, grants for sensory rooms, and if you were to ask parents and students, you would find that there would be many that would be willing to step up and help raise funds, or even donate money themselves to contribute to these changes. I am aware that making certain changes, such as replacing all fluorescent lights or moving towards a more sensory acceptable way of changing classes, such as removing the loud bells, may have to be considered for a county-wide project as to make sure there is no difference made from school to school, while other small changes could be handled at the school level based on the needs of the school. Either way, I would like to help do my part in pointing out the need for these changes because I believe that positively changing even just one student's life is not only worth it, but it is enough. In conclusion, I would like to reiterate that although having the honor to be able to say that all JefCoEd campuses are sensory safe would be a great accomplishment, the real accomplishment would be in providing the best learning environment which will truly allow JefCoEd students the best chance at succeeding in life. The changes that I proposed are not only changes that require time and money, but are changes that invoke consideration for concepts that are meant to provide a more inclusive and acceptable learning environment for all students. Thank you for watching and listening to my video. It means so much to me that you would take time out of your day to hear what I have to say. I hope my words help encourage yet another way we can be JefCoEd strong.